Hello relatives, welcome to this week's Schlagbite for the week December 5th, 2011, entitled The Great Pretender. It's finally over. 2 years after he was found responsible for the deaths of 3 young adults in a Sedona sweat lodge ceremony, James Arthur Ray was sentenced to a 2-year prison term and ordered to pay $57,000 in restitution to the families of the 3 victims. The victims' families didn't feel as if justice had been served. American Indians who were at the sentencing were still outraged by this misuse of their sacred ceremonies. And Ray was hoping that he wouldn't have to serve any prison time at all. His lawyer said that he had no prior criminal record, he was a man of good character, and that he did community service. And when James Ray addressed the jury and the relatives of his victims, he pled forgiveness. He promised that he'd never conduct a sweat lodge or any other physically dangerous activity again. He said that there wasn't a single day that passed that he didn't relive the moments of that night, and asked himself what he could have done differently. In his words, Ray said, "I just didn't know. I didn't know that anybody was dying or in distress. I wish to God I would have. I would have stopped immediately." He still doesn't get it. Ray wants to be forgiven for his ignorance that was responsible for the deaths of these 3 young people. Ray did not say, "I knew I had no training or expertise to be taking these people's lives in my hands. I am a great pretender." He didn't say that. He also just settled civil lawsuits with the families of his victims for $3 million, which Ray didn't pay. His insurers paid. I know the families wanted to put this behind them, but I think they should have garnered his earnings for as long as he lives. James Arthur Ray is going to get out of jail in a couple years, and like all pretenders, he will be hard to keep off the market. He will come out of jail with a book and a movie deal about everything that he's learned, and he'll find a way to make more money than he ever has. The Great Pretender. That's a Schlagbite for this week. We need to stop pretending and live our lives with joy, connecting with other people in truth, in harmony. We're all related, in a good way. I say this for all my relations. Mitakwiyasi.